Good morning, guys. I hope you're all well today and having a really good week. I'm just jumping on with a quick breakfast recipe this morning. I know that that's something that a lot of people struggle with, breakfast time, because you know mornings can be rushed, really busy, getting kids ready for school, getting yourself ready for work, getting up late and just being on the run as soon as you get up. And so a lot of people do struggle to get that first healthy meal in, and often end up grabbing pastries or cereal or toast, whatever they think is the quickest and easiest thing to grab. But obviously, the first meal of the day is really important, as are all your meals. You want to make sure all your meals are balanced, but it tends to be breakfast that either gets skipped or, isn't the best meal. Like I said, pastries grabbed, high sugar foods. And that can be what sets us up for the rest of the day, and will prevent us from making poor decisions later on in the day if we've started the day off right. So you want to make sure that you're getting in all of your nutrients in that first meal. So your macronutrients, which are your good fats, your carbohydrates, your protein, and then you want to be making sure you're getting in some micronutrients. We're really fueling your body. So the micronutrients you're going to find in your fruit and veg. Now, I find, as you already know, smoothies are just the best way. I leave, usually, apart from on a Thursday, I leave the house at like 5:15 in the morning. And for me, there's no way I'm going to get up and cook myself a healthy breakfast at that time in the morning. So I quite often prep my smoothies the night before and just grab it out of the fridge in an airtight container as I run out the door. So it's the best way to get a big hit of nutrients in. Everyone that's done my smoothie challenge found they've had amazing results with their energy levels, their skin gets clearer, and even some weight loss from just that one small change, to be honest. A lot of people haven't made big changes, they've just introduced that one thing to their routine. So I'm just jumping on with my red smoothie recipe this morning, which actually it does have some greens in it still, but it comes out red because we've got some beetroot going in and some berries. So I'm just going to go through the components of the smoothie that I'm making this morning and give you some reasons why I'm doing it. And if you are jumping on live, obviously just hit like, hit love, let me know that you're there, say hi below, let me know where you are this morning, what you're up to. It's really nice to hear from you when I'm on live, see who is watching, because it doesn't always tell me. So do let me know if you're there, but otherwise I'm going to get on with the smoothie recipe. And like I said, it's just an opportunity here to get a big hit of nutrients into our system, which one is going to give us, a bit of energy to kickstart the day. If we get the balance of nutrients right, it's also going to keep our energy levels stable throughout the morning. So you'll find that you're not craving foods in the middle of the morning if you get the first meal right. So quite often, if you're starting the day with those high sugary foods, you're going to find that you get a dip in energy and also cravings mid-morning, and that's when we start reaching for the biscuits and things like that. So smoothies, the easiest and best way to get those nutrients into your body. Very quick. And a lot of people say, oh, green smoothie, they look at the colour and they think it looks disgusting. Honestly, if you get the ingredients right, they don't have to taste disgusting. I'm going to admit that not every single smoothie that I make myself tastes delicious. There are some dodgy ones that I've done in the past, but if you do get the ingredients right, which if you're a bit stuck, I've got plenty of recipes on my blog, but also you can get my green smoothie guide as well. There's a link on this page, but I'll share it after as well. If you need some inspiration, then there's about 30 recipes in that book. So there's plenty of options, and you will find that your taste buds adjust as well. As time goes by, it doesn't take long for your taste buds to adjust. So I'm going to start with water today, just because I don't have anything else. I do really like to use nut milks, so sugar-free almond milk or coconut milk. But today I'm just going for plain old water. Obviously you can use coconut water as well, but this is all I have, good old filtered water. So I would start with about 350 mils of water. Do say hi if you're jumping on, give me a like, let me know below that you are watching. So I'm going in with some kale to start with. Now it might sound disgusting to anyone that hasn't actually tried a green smoothie before, but I promise you with some of the fruits and things that I'm using this morning, you will not taste the kale. So quite often I use spinach because it's got less of a flavour than kale. This is what I had in the fridge this morning. And not a huge amount either. I don't have a lot today. Normally I would really kind of do half of that with the greens. But because I'm a bit short on ingredients this morning, but I still want to get a decent breakfast in, I'm just using what I have available to me. So popping in the kale into the water. I normally start with the liquid because once you start putting in the protein powders and stuff like that, they tend to get stuck to the bottom if you're not putting liquid in first. So I always start with the liquid first. Then I've also got some celery here, and I've got loads of people that have done my smoothie challenge that are celery haters, but they've actually put it in their smoothie and they can't taste it. So it's a good way to get your nutrients in from your celery in a smoothie if you're not keen. So I'm just popping in probably about 1 celery stalk into this recipe, but just put what you have. Doesn't really matter as long as we get the balance right. Okay, and then I'm also popping in some cucumber, so I'm putting in about that much today. It really doesn't matter when it comes to the veg, anything goes. But again, it's just about getting the right balance of fruit in there and whatever good fat you're using to make the flavour nice. And also you can use spices and herbs as well. That obviously changes the flavour too. I haven't got any spices that I'm popping in today, but things like cinnamon, nutmeg, basil. I've done a one with basil in before, which is really, really tasty. Even coriander. You can even put coriander in. It just gives it a nice little sweet taste. So cucumber's gone in. And next up, I've got a very, very small beetroot that I'm popping in today. So that's why it's going to be my red smoothie. We've got greens in there, but I've got a little beetroot I'm popping in. I can see people popping on live. Guys, just give me some likes and say hi below. Let me know who's on and who's watching. So this is just raw beetroot, not like in vinegar or anything like that, because that would be horrible. So just nice, raw, not roasted beetroot going in. And that's a really small beetroot. Obviously, if you've got a large beetroot, you can pop the whole thing in, or you can chop it up. I find that if you chop it up and keep it in the freezer as well, you don't have to use ice then. So bananas, beetroot, to be honest, any of your fruit and veggies can be kept in the freezer. Just need to sort of chop and prep them, which can save you time in the week when you are busy if you make sure your prep's there. So I'm hoping you can see the counter. Just have a look. Yep. Okay, so far in there we've got water, kale, celery. I know it's going to sound disgusting if you've not had a green smoothie before, but I promise you it's not going to be disgusting. Celery, cucumber and beetroot. And then I'm going to pop in what was frozen banana, but I've had it out while I've been faffing around this morning trying to get ready to come on live. I've had it out for a little while, so it's not 100% frozen, it's a little bit mushy, so I'm going to put all of that in. Usually I'd probably only put about 3 little bits of banana in, sometimes half a banana. Really depends how much you're putting in there. Just go careful on the tropical fruits. Like berries are really good because they don't make your blood levels spike as much as what some of the tropical fruits would, because they're higher in sugar. And what we want to do is obviously keep our blood sugars stable, and that's what keeps our energy levels stable as well. So I'm popping in some banana. I've got quite a lot of veg in there, so it's okay to have a little bit more banana in there today. So that's probably about half a banana anyway. And like I said, frozen banana is great, it gives it a really nice texture. You don't need to use ice. And I've also got some frozen berries as well. So red currants in there, black currants, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, anything goes really. And like I said, berries are a really good fruit to use. They're really good for us, really high in antioxidants and not so high on the sugar levels. So guys, I can see a lot of action going on. Do say hi. Morning, Susan. Nice to see you on. I need to message you. I am going to reply. Crazy day yesterday. So I'm just popping in, again, I've left it out the freezer, so I'm going to pop in all of those. It's going to be a very large smoothie, but we've got a lot of vegetables in there. But just do be careful with your calorie intake. Obviously, you know, the more kind of high sugar fruits that you've got in there, the higher the calories. I'm just going to rinse my fingers. So again, you know, a smoothie is just a really great way to get those nutrients in first thing in the morning. I mentioned that earlier. Micronutrients, your macronutrients, so your fats, carbohydrates and protein. It's just a really easy, simple way to get that in and you can make it in minutes. I'm taking my time this morning, but literally less than 5 minutes normally to bung that in, especially if you pre-prep stuff. You can pre-prep veg and fruit, and you can even like portion it out and put it into separate sort of Ziploc bags, so you've even got your smoothie ingredients kind of ready just to pour in from the bag, pour the liquid in, put your protein in, and then you're done. So what's going in next? So that's getting quite full. Let me see if I can just push that down a little bit. But that's going to make my fingers dirty again. Hold on. Okay. Right. So next going in is protein. I'm using whey protein today, but you can use plant protein. Just make sure you're using a really good quality brand. So obviously do your research, make sure it's not full of nasties. And I always use Usana because it's a brand I know and I like and I trust. So that's my favourite one to use. Plus the flavour, they just use proper ingredients in here, whereas sometimes you obviously find the stuff that's processed, there's lots of added nasties. But these have got like proper coconut oil in, just all proper ingredients. So there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. And also the flavour isn't very strong, so it's not adding like a really sweet flavour in. It's got natural sweeteners in this. But it's not making it too sweet or adding any other flavours that we don't want in there. And this is just vanilla and it's kind of plain. I don't really taste it much at all. So 2 scoops of that with this particular brand, but it does depend on what brand you're using and how big the scoop is. Okay, so, but you want to go for about 30 grams, 30 to 40 grams of protein. It really depends, you know, whether you're counting your macros or not, that's up to you. But I would go for about 30 grams. And obviously if you're using spinach and stuff like that, spinach and nuts, things like that, that's also adding in a bit more protein as well. Okay, next up, I'm going to use peanut butter today, which I love. And this is a brand that I love. And the reason why I love this brand is because, you know, quite often with peanut butter, they add in a lot of extra stuff that doesn't need to be there. One, to make it solid, whereas you see with this, it's completely runny. So this has nothing in it apart from peanuts and a little bit of salt. That's it. So this and Meridian, there's probably a few more brands out there that are the same. Just check the ingredients on the back, and if it's a solid kind of nut butter, then you know they've probably added in some nasties in there. So just check on the back, check the ingredients. This definitely just peanuts and salt. So that's why I like this brand. And also peanut butter just adds such a nice flavour and texture to our smoothies as well. So, and a little bit of sweetness. So it's definitely gonna add something nice. I'm gonna go for a dessert spoon today, not heaped, just a nice little dessert spoon of peanut butter. But obviously you can use cashew butter, any kind of butter really, almond butter, or you can just use nuts. Chia seeds, you've got your good fats in as well as protein. Just get that off. Okay, so that's the peanut butter. That's it, that's all I'm putting in today. Like I said, you can add in extra spices or herbs. They do add another sort of dimension to your smoothies, but for me, this is good to go today. So just to recap, we've got water. I'm just using plain water, but you could use nut milks or coconut water. Just check that, you know, again, it's something processed that we're buying when we buy the nut milks. So just check there's no added sugars and stuff like that. Make sure it's sugar-free. So I've got kale, celery, cucumber, quite a lot in here today, banana, only a few bits of banana, berries, so a mix of berries, but we've got black currants and blueberries and raspberries in there, and then 2 scoops of my whey protein this morning, and then some peanut butter. Yum. Oh, and I forgot beetroot. We've got beetroot in there, which along with the berries is going to make it bright red. So although we've got our greens in there, it's still technically a green smoothie. It's going to be red. So I'm just popping it on the NutriBullet, which I find the NutriBullet is a great kind of budget version. It's not hugely expensive, but it's a really, really good machine. It's a really good brand, and it's really easy to clean. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I just really think it's such an easy machine to use, and it is definitely good for the budget. So if you do have a Vitamix or anything like that, great. I'd love one. I'm gonna get one at some point. But this is just really easy and simple to use, and you can just walk out the door with this in your hand. It's all good. I can see quite a few people jumping on this morning, so do give me a wave, say hi, give me a like and a share if you think this would be useful for people. You know, it's just a really easy way to start your day with a smoothie. Even if you don't start your day with it, it's another meal that you could get in. It could be a snack. It's just getting those extra nutrients in that sometimes we're lacking. You know, sometimes we get to the end of the day and we go, oh, I haven't really had any vegetables today. So it's just a really good, quick, easy, simple way to get those nutrients in first thing, or later in the afternoon when you get that energy slump, or lunch. If lunch is on the run, then take a smoothie with you. I'm just going to whiz this up now. And that's it, done. And like I said, you know, I've taken my time this morning just because I'm going through everything with you, but that can be done in less than 5 minutes, especially if you've prepped everything as well. So making sure your veggies are washed really well. Try and buy organic when you can. I know it's not always possible, but that's it. My nice red or purple, it's probably more purple actually than red, smoothie. Still got the greens in there, but because we've got the beetroot and the berries, it's giving it that really lovely deep purple colour. And that's it, guys. Really easy, simple breakfast to do to start the day with. You can prep it up the night before. If you do prep it up and actually you know, make it into a smoothie the night before as well, obviously you do start to lose the nutrients as soon as you whiz it up. But if it's in an airtight container, which the NutriBullet containers are, I don't think I've got a lid available, but they are airtight, so keep it in the fridge overnight, and it's not so bad, you know, you're not going to lose all of the nutrients. And I know sometimes it's not possible to get that whizzed up in the morning. I know some days it's not for me. So yeah, just make sure you get all your bits prepped, and then literally minutes to do, and you've got a nice healthy breakfast, and you'll be surprised how filling this is. A lot of people say to me, Cindy, that's not going to fill you up. This fills me up till lunch, and everyone that I know has done my smoothie challenge has had the same. You know, they're so shocked how filling they are, but you've got your protein and your good fats in there, which are going to keep your energy levels stable, your blood sugar stable, and keep you nice and full. Whereas when we tend to grab kind of pastries and high sugar foods like that, they're really fast release carbohydrates. They don't actually keep you full for very long at all. They don't last very long. And you get that kind of spike with your energy and then drop again. And that's when we start those cravings and get that sort of lack of energy mid-morning, mid-afternoon. So it's just a really great way to fuel your morning. Good morning, Georgia. Few of you popping on today, and do say hi. Let me know that you're there. But that's it, guys. I'm done now because it was just, you know, a few minutes to make a nice, healthy smoothie. And I now am off for a few meetings today, and I am going to see Georgia later as well. So I will see you later. But have a great day, guys. It looks like the sun has just come out at last. It's just been two, horrendous days in London with rain. I don't know what it's been like everywhere else, but the sun has just come out. So if you can, get out, have a walk today, enjoy the sunshine while it's here, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a fab day. Bye-bye.